Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Monday morning mortgage update. My name is Sean Woland with Waterstone Mortgage and the Woland Mortgage team. Today, we're going to just jump right in and kind of go over what's happening in the markets. But before we do that, I want to introduce to you Rick Whitstock. Rick is with IPX 1031 Exchange, and we're going to have him as a guest on May 5th. That's the first Monday of May. We're going to have him a guest on our live Zoom call to go over the reverse 1031 exchange. So if you've never heard of the reverse 1031 exchange, it's kind of how it sounds. It's a 1031 exchange in reverse. So we'll go over that in more detail on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And that should be a lot of fun and really, really good information for you to know so you can pass that on to your customers. So without further ado, let's get into the market update. This is where we're at today. The markets actually have come down below the, I believe this is the 100-day moving average right here. And the markets have dipped below that. So we're losing a little ground on the 30-year fix. We're getting a little worse in pricing today. I'm noticing that as we say that, they are kind of flattening out, and we may stay right on this, and which would be good because we want to stay in this range. So basically, rates are somewhat flat. Hopefully, we'll regain that right here, but that's going to be very important because if we stay below this, there's a lot of room to drop where the mortgage-backed securities on the 30-year could lose some ground, which means higher mortgage rates. So we don't want that. We want it to ease on that line. And if you look at the 10-year, we went up to this, again, the 100-day moving average, and we bounced above it. So we went up and then we came back down. It's still positive for the day, but I'm pretty certain that if we stay in this range, then the 30-year should stay in this range. So hopefully we'll stay flat for the day. We've got a really weak action week. So this week is going to be very minimal as far as what's happening, but we'll go over kind of where rates are at real quick. So obviously we started off the day negative as far as the mortgage trend. And if you look at the 30-year, we're still just under 7%. We ticked above it last week. We were close to the mid sixes, and now we're not. So, and that's on a 30-year. Obviously, the 15-year is a little bit better. Jumbo's right above 7. We've got ARMs that are showing a little bit of signs of being a little bit better than a 30-year fixed right now. You may be able to get a quarter or a little bit more better in that. FHA's in the low to mid 6s, as is VA. So we're in a pretty good spot. And again, they aren't where we want them to be yet. Hopefully we'll get into the low 6s on a 30-year and maybe in the 5s by the end of the year. Hopefully by summer. We'll see how everything goes with the feds, with them cutting rates, with the tariffs and their impact on the global markets, and how that could have an impact on our inflation. So let's go look at the next one. This is what's happening this week. As you can see, Monday, there's nothing going on today. Then Tuesday, we've got the manufacturing index. We've got a 2-year auction at the Treasury. Remember, that's how the government makes money. They do these auctions to raise capital. And then we have new home sales coming out on Wednesday. We have a 5-year auction, the Beige Book. So we can kind of see the notes here on what the Fed is kind of going over internally. The durable goods, this is going to be really interesting because of the tariffs. Are people ordering durable goods in higher amounts now? Will this number be a lot higher than expected because we're trying to get in before any extra costs? Then we have the initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims, and consumer sentiment on Friday. So pretty light week. So hopefully we'll just see a pretty straight flat line of trading. I think rates should stay pretty steady this week. We say that, and then, something could happen. It could get crazy for some weird reason, but that's kind of where we're at today. So thank you guys for checking in today and for being a part of the Monday morning update. And here's my contact information if you have any questions. And don't forget of our zero down 100% financing conventional loan. It's an adjustable rate mortgage fixed for 5 years. It's at 6.75 today with no points. Pretty amazing loan. And you do need a 720 credit score. It's for primary homes only, but a pretty cool program. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.